these women sleep around more than men.
Oh, man.
You know why they sleep around more than men? They're women, they got more options than men. It's common sense. If one wanted to have sex with 50 guys in one day, she could have sex with 50 guys in one day. She could do it. Not my queen. No, yes, brother, you're a woman. She's not a queen, but she could do it. It's just reality, bro. It's reality.
She can get busy. Hey, when the breakup happened, the breakup happened, niggas be coming back to their girl like 3 weeks later. You been with, she said, you been with anybody, you seen anybody since we broke up?
Yeah.
You be like, nah, I just can't. You know, it ain't working out for me. I mean, this one girl I'm looking at, she kind of, you know, I'm thinking about saying something, though. Turn around, ask her the same question. You seen anybody since me? She be like, no. Maybe 45 fucking niggas already ran through that box by the time. Huh?
And it tingled. Tell you, bro.
Yo, before as soon as they get in a breakup, they can go out that night. You can see them crying. Next thing you know, they on the way. The dude got her. Boom, I got him.
It's still reality. I got this. Hey man, hey look, it's better to say, bro. Sometimes it's better to just not deal with a woman. That's me.
Oh, well, Paul said it.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I wonder why he would say something like that.
Because he said if you deal with a woman, you got much trouble in the flesh. Go ahead. Who's reading?
That was it.
That was it? Okay. Oh, yeah, yep.
Hey, you know what? You gotta bring that out for now. That you said that. About Paul saying that.
Hey, get that scripture where it says,
that gotta come out. Grab that.
7th chapter.
Make him.
You have trouble in the flesh?
And that's a holy thing to say because more so, we men doing the work. We got lots, we got jobs. We ain't got free time like everybody else. So when we deal with a woman, it either got to be on point or it can't be nothing at all. And Paul, being a righteous man of the Lord, he can foresee that. And any older, wiser man can foresee that. If a young brother get in a situation with a woman and she pulling him by the chain and he ain't got no real standards, he gonna get pulled around, man, dragged around, man. These young girls, they the quickest with it. Go ahead, Al.
This is 1 Corinthians 7, I'm gonna start at verse 27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed.
Seek not to be loose. What that means is, look, let's say now you got a girl, now you got a woman, now you got a wife. Let's be real. You don't have to have no paperwork to have a wife. Once you pop in that woman, all right, and that's she understand there's gonna be what's the word? Mutual, not mutual, but we're not gonna be sleeping around. It's gonna be me and you, basically. I'm gonna be your only partner. When she understand that and she agree to that, that's your wife. You take it as your wife. From that point on, the scriptures say, seek not to be loose. You got some situations with brothers included. It'll be like 2 weeks, they'll be like, man, I'm gonna leave this bitch. I'm tired of this bitch. Oh, well, what's the reason? Well, she knows she's always talking up, saying some shit. But look, the script Paul says, seek not to be loose. If you can't stay with her, if she ain't cheat on you, basically Yahushua said it, except the reason for adultery, there's no reason for divorce. Ain't no really reason to dip out on her. The Lord can have a plan for her just like he got a plan for you, but you just short-sighted. The whole thing is, if you got a situation, man, don't seek to be loose. Stick in it. Stay in it. Because it's not even number one in your life anyway. You hopping in and out of a relationship, that's more of a burden than just staying down with one. And furthermore, if she good for you, that food gonna be cooked up, right? That's less work you gotta do when you get home. Bed gonna be made, right? It's the simple things that count. You got a woman, your clothes washed, all right? If you an older man, if you got a woman, she should be washing your clothes. Say it like it is. These are 3 basic things that should be done, man. Other than that, what are you doing? You taking care of the bills and things like that. So no, brothers got certain situations with their women, they understand. Look, I'll take care of this, you take care of that. Shit, when 2 come together, it's a beautiful thing. The Lord said a man leave his family, leave his mother and his father, and when he joined with his wife, the 2 become one. And the Lord said, why separate something that the Lord put together? So that's why I said that. Go ahead.
Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife.
If you ain't got a wife, don't seek one. The thing is, if you were driven by your lust rod, you know, because what you see out here is a sexualized world. It ain't like you just, what you gonna do? Wear them blinders like horses? They everywhere. The images on TV, the images everywhere. So you constantly thinking of sex. kids is thinking it's sex because they being sexualized with the joint cuties.
Oh man.
Kids is being sexualized, younger and younger. So you gonna think about it and you gonna want some. The girl thinking about it constantly, she gonna want some. More than likely you gonna end up being with a shorty. Just try to wife it up. What we out here doing really? We trying to bag as many women as we can, or we trying to do the Lord's work? Let everybody else get them counts. I don't even care. I don't even have them conversations no more. How many women I got in the last? It don't even matter. Sometimes the Lord had me on a dry spell. You ain't gonna get nothing for coming to this truth. I was in a dry spell. I ain't had nothing for years, man. For years. And then the Lord finally hooked me up with some in-house speech. That's all it is. Some box to come home to. You know? But it ain't Judith. You know? And if she wanna dip out, that's on her. I'm not gonna she don't go by my book. By her standards, she don't go by my book. She don't go believe in what I believe in. The scriptures even tell you about that. If the woman don't believe in, you're still supposed to be with her. If the woman believe and the husband don't, and she with that man, you can't tell her to leave and go find a man of the Lord, sister. She gotta stay with that dude, or else she gonna be a whore. The Lord, he ain't with the whore shit. And that's the bottom line, because if he look at us like a woman, he definitely, and how he feel about the woman be a whore, he ain't with us going about, going to different philosophies. The woman and the truth is the same way. A woman is not supposed to have multiple parts. Go ahead, Al.
That's right too, man. It's better to deal with, a woman from the world, man. Don't be trying to get with these Israelite sisters, man. They're gonna be battling you with the scriptures.
Nah, man.
You ain't trying to procure certain things, man. Nah, man. Just keep it at a need to know.
You mess around, it be late, you come home late, she mess around with the scripture when you walk in, she looking at you like this. I'm trying to be like man loud. Timothy! You like, yo, damn. She hit the light on, you thought you was taking off your shoes. Yeah. Second Timothy. Yo. I don't want that, man. That's
These women is still in this Western mindset. You know what I mean?
Feminists.
Yeah, they still grew up doing that. Transitioning them is still hard. So even if you tell them the scriptures talking about you can have more than one wife, she ain't trying to hear that. That's why IUIC tailored their doctrine to say it's only one man and one wife.
They stopped that because the feminists was getting loud up in there. They was shuffling in their seats.
And you know the women control their husbands. Because a lot of them guys in IUICs is pussy with them. They wife tell them what to do. Especially the Daniel, nigga. You know your wife told you what car to drive, what house to buy, your doctrine that you teaching right now.
Yeah.
You better not say you got another wife.
You know how much money is
You gonna get the shoe thrown at you. Come on, man. And then she probably taking some of that money that's coming in from that tithe to pay for a fancy ass outfit. Don't forget she got the Crystal Louis on.
And if it's ever going to be a divorce, you know she won't have that.
Yeah.
I'll take you down with
Get married to the American standard. Still need that paperwork by the state.
That's what they teach at that church. You gotta have that paperwork. If it ain't got that paperwork, in the scriptures, man.
Get the ring, and then y'all mix heathenism with this holy thing, man. How you gonna mix the ways of the heathen? Marriage is supposed to have a ring.
Get down on your knee.
Get down on your knee. Come on, man.
Get down on your knee. How else you supposed to ask?
Yo, bro, it's wild for you brothers coming in. And I know a lot of brothers that first start coming in, you're going to be on fire for it. Don't tell your people, don't tell your women. Keep it on the need to know, man. As far as you know, best analogy would be Clark Kent.
Where's that scripture?
Superman during Saturdays, and then Clark Kent during the week. Don't tell nobody, don't try to phone nobody. Let the Lord, let them find out through the Lord, however that is, man. But your woman ain't gonna be with the truth, and even if she is, she's still in a westernized way of thinking.
Go ahead, brother.
Read it on. It says, but and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned.
Right, now married, we talk, once again, it's not talking about getting married by the state. And that's why we advise brothers to listen to Tom Lincoln. First off, no man should be getting married in society, period. Matter of fact, marriage is becoming obsolete. more and more men are considered single. And it's really not single, it just means not married by the state. Which is wicked as hell, man. Esau, that has nothing to do with the Heavenly Father. As soon as you have intercourse with a woman, it's marriage. That's your wife. You see? But it said if a woman married, it's not wicked. So yeah, we're gonna have women that's gonna lust after a man if she's young. It's not wrong if she deal with that man as long as she partake in the ceremony of marriage. Right?
It says, nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh.
Yeah, man, you got. Wait, say that?
It said, nevertheless, such have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you.
And I spare you, man. Paul felt bad. He said if you deal with women, there's always gonna be a headache and some problems, man. That's why it's best not to deal with the so-called Israelite women, like the ones that's supposed to know better. Because they're all wicked, man. You know, Eve knew right from wrong. She still did the wrong thing. They can't help it. They're emotional beings. And emotions are contrary to judgment. Because you can't even be emotional judgment. Okay? But yeah, man, if you got a wife, man, deal with her.
I got something for y'all. In Micah 7:5, it said, trust ye not in a friend, but not confidence in a God. Keep the doors of thy mouth. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom.
Man, a lot of men got a lot of problems by telling too much to a woman.
Yeah, confiding.
Yeah. Some guy, he used to do illegal things. And his wife that he been with for over 20 years told on him. He ended up having to do like what, 15 years in jail. Talking too much, man. What do they call it? Pillow talking. Oh, you gotta tell wifey, yeah, babe, man, I gotta check in with wife. I gotta tell her what I heard. You know, Ray, yeah, that's my best friend. You know Ray? Jerome, yeah, man. Your sister's boyfriend, you know what happened? Nah, man, don't tell her nothing, yo.
Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah, that's sinking ship, yo.
Some things you gotta learn to keep between you and the Heavenly Father.
Women are like the FBI. They like the feds, yo. Even if you ain't doing nothing wrong, man.
Interrogate.
Man, I give you they interrogate. They always looking for something. Yeah, man. I done got caught up, man, for some shit like that. Yeah, we should bro.
This is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
Hey, you know what? That's hard to do. Only in this truth you're gonna hear that, man. Because everywhere else is about chasing cats. It's about who the baddest. If she got a fatty, you gotta look. I remember I remember the age I was at when I first started looking at ads. Before that, but all of a sudden, it was a few dudes in my school. They'd be like, "Damn, she got a fat ass." That was the first time I ever heard that. I was like, and then from then on, it was all that's how my head go every time. Then, you know, it's learned behavior, man. You ain't gotta be like that. You know who the woman really will bow down to? The dude when she walk by, he just like this, man. He ain't even look. Everybody gonna look. It's the one that don't look. You should get in eye contact with a chick. Most dudes is down here, or they looking at the. You staying right at her eyes, like, you know. You gotta be different, man. Set yourself in the scriptures to set you apart. If you applying what you hear in the scriptures, that's what we do. Application of the scriptures. That's why you're never gonna get it all at once, because you gotta slowly learn how to apply it. From the basics, the scriptures say, be a doer also, and not just a hearer. You gotta do. You gotta apply these things, and that's where the difficulty comes. That's why you see a guy, and he go hard for this. He going hard. 3-5 years ago, he going hard for this truth. Now you never see him. He ain't doing no videos. He just fell out. What's the dude? You see the Malak Shaw's dude? Malak Shaw used to go hard in North Carolina. This Jake used to go hard. Now he's fucking a rock star. He got the green hair. Malak Shaw. He's a rock star. He looked like he sniffed Badu candles or something. He's all messed up in the head looking, man. You know, but he went from super Israelite Jake, breaking down all the precepts like we doing, wasn't applying a damn thing, man. And it came to the women. He was the one that said, we should only have one woman. He had the IUIC, you know, brother shouldn't deal with something about, he only gonna have one woman in the kingdom of heaven. That's his main thing. I only need one woman in the kingdom of heaven.
You know, I also heard he was giving those money to his woman. He was giving I think I heard he was giving like he wasn't paying his tithes, I believe, in her because he was giving money to his woman.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
I heard he didn't. He moved to another state to live with his woman, and that was the first time he met her. Like they was only having phone conversation before that. Woman, man.
He was in that camp, the Truth to Die camp. Truth to Die, I was Sarge.
Right. That was. I don't even remember that.
And then when that camp split up, them guys started doing their own thing. And all they got left is that one dude bugged out, the light-skinned dude, the light-skinned bastard. The light-skinned motherfucker, he came out here one time on 34th Street. His ass was bugged the hell out. He made a video and he was like talking shit, but it was like a teddy bear in the screen or some shit like that. Yeah, like a teddy bear. He was like, yeah, look at me, something like that. Some kind of like Muppet type, Sesame Street type stuff. What the hell is wrong with this damn dude, man? Puppet doing a show with a damn teddy bear.
The scriptures say when you leave, 7 more demons come. Yeah. Turn into Jim Henson. You turned into Jim Henson?
Yeah, he turned into Jim Henson. And then the other, only one brother left. No, then him, the other dude, Malak Shaw, Tazamoni was his name. His brother left because when the whole Egyptology stuff started, he thought that the scriptures wasn't true. He was fake. And then I think it was another guy that was with him. But
was South Carolina with them at that time?
Yeah, South Carolina. You know, only brother that's left now was Manata Zakba. That's his name, Manata Zakba, right? He's the only one left.
Yeah,
all the other guys is gone.
I remember I used to keep up with Malak Shaw, man.
It was the two brothers, the light-skinned brother and Manata Zakba.
I used to keep up with him. And I remember he used to talk about this girl where he was just me on. And I was like, yo, bro, man, be careful with these women, bro. You know you might get caught up. And he ain't saying not a word about it. But over time, you can see him start rebelling against the elders. Next thing you know, that nigga just bugged out. Green light, green hair now. I used to have his personal number, man. And he was staying with his mom. He was staying with his mom to take care of him and his brother that fell out.
Yeah, they was living together.
Yeah, they was living together.
And that woman is really what separated him from the rest of the brothers. Then he started trusting his woman. Then he separated. He left the camp. And then started his own thing. He was out there for like 3 weeks. Then he started doing videos, driving. Yeah. Then he started talking about the apostles. And there was stages. He fell right out. Now, fast forward 2 years, he's a rock star.
I think it was called an Elder Apostle Bar, gay bar, or some shit like that. What's not gonna kill you, you fucking cocksucker for that? It's not gonna destroy you for that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Took his hand off the plow. He's not fit for the kingdom of heaven.
It's a scary thing, man, because you see the decline. For one thing, this man is on fire, and that can happen to anybody. You know, anybody.
What y'all got, man? Finish it out, brother. You right. Finish it out.
Finishing was 1 Corinthians 7. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
They that have wives be as though, that's why we out here. That's why the brothers with women is out here. It's like we ain't got none, man. Sometimes your wife always gonna say, you know what she hate most? She hate this truth you got, man. Because that's a woman. That's your first woman. I got 2 women. I got one at home. I got one right here that stay with me. And so we giving this time. When I'm at home, I'm going through the scriptures. I'm trying to go out, exercise, I barely be home. And then you gotta hear her, well, why you ain't there? We don't ever spend time. But the scriptures say when you got a woman, basically you do got, now you can't, it's almost like a part of you gets taken away, because now you gotta focus on making her happy and whatever. You know? So, but I mean, that's just the burden that come along with it. Other than that, so, I mean, the whole point of us bringing this out, was because once you get past the deceit of the woman, you see a lot clearer. Your mind has to be set that a woman shouldn't be what takes you out this truth. You pray to the Lord that you get built up to deal with a woman, a beautiful woman, whatever, so that you strong enough in your faith that you won't get taken out or weak because of a woman. They'll make you weak, you know. And so that's a weakness that a lot of brothers had when we coming from this world. That you gotta pray to the Lord that He strengthen you on that. Once that's done, once you get some strength in that situation, everything else open up to you, man. Now you got once girls is out the way, hoes is out the way, once all out the way, you can focus on these scriptures again, man. You can focus on what really matters, man. You can focus on the fact that you an Israelite man you got a big job that's about to come to pass, man.
That's right, man.
You still holding that in the Kings? I wanted that because I said earlier the brother brought out how the man is going to be exalted in the day of the Lord. We going to be a safe haven. Grab that real quick, Isaiah 32 as well. Go ahead, Doc. And I said that how the Lord is going to basically put the spirit on us, that we don't be like the other men, running, scared, hiding. When martial law comes through these streets and people don't got no gun, a lot of people going to be running for weapons they ain't never owned. Some people just going to submit to whatever martial law trick they'll take it. We already at odds with the system because we know we're not going to take, Lord willing, anything that they give us as far as a mark or nothing. We're not taking no injections. And so we're going to have the Lord with us because they're going to put heads in guillotines. They're going to come down hard. Right now there's a protest in Belarus. Not a lot of people know about the protest in Belarus. The protest in Belarus is different than America. In America, you got peaceful protests. They start bashing in whatever, cops just come. They staying around for a while. 2 or 3 people might get locked up. That's it. In Belarus, which is right next to Ukraine, or in Russia, they beat the shit out of these protesters, man. They kicking their ass. That's how most police act outside of the cameras and outside of America. That nature of policehood and police state is going to come to America. You're not going to see a friendly cop. You be able to get in his face, a woman pull her shirt up and all of this, act wild. People all up in the front of the cops shaking their finger. That's going to be wiped away. We're going to get the iron fist this time instead of the velvet glove. You got some? Oh, go ahead, Option. Yeah.
This is 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1.
And just so to prove that the Lord can give extra spirits out. This is what the precepts say. Go ahead.
2 Kings 2 and 1. And it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal, and Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel.
So Elijah is he's about to get delivered, right? And so he tells Elisha, wait here. I'm about to go, the Lord is sending me to go do something. Wait here. Go ahead.
And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee.
Elisha and Elijah. Elisha saying, I ain't going to leave your side. I'm coming with you. Because we talking about all the prophecies that is about to happen. You would think that we good, like we feel like we good. We good in faith-wise. But as to physically how it's actually going to play out, we don't know. And when it actually comes to pass, the real emotions are going to come through. And how much faith you really got, that's going to show forth. That's why building up your faith now is not no play thing. It's the real deal. Because you don't want to get tested way down the road and you inadequate. You was boasting and acting like you had all the faith in the world, and now when the shit is the fan, you out there hung dry with this much of faith in you. Which this much of faith is technically all you need, right?
Grain of mustard seed.
But you don't want to be out there lacking with no faith. You was acting like, that's why they say the Boy Scouts. They ain't just no thing of us hanging out, chilling. This is the real deal, man. We ready for the time that the Lord about to send on this earth that everybody don't know. They clueless about. Right? And the Lord gonna have to give us more faith, man. He gonna have to. When we seeing people dying of famine, you're gonna need some faith to stomach that. You seeing people heads rolling, all type bullets flying. Them troops coming through. Your family members might get caught up into that. You gotta be bearing witness to troops coming down and mowing down some of your family, some of your friends, on your neighborhood, on your blocks. You're gonna have to be able to stomach that. It's all gonna resort back to what you know and the knowledge that's able to make you stable. And so this is a situation where the Lord showed that He's able to give out portions of extra faith to men. Go ahead.
It says, so they went down to Bethel, and the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha.
Check this out, and it's just sons of prophets standing around at the town Bethel. That's how it was in the ancient world. You would have just a school of prophets, a school of men, 50 men over here, all prophets. Right? Go ahead.
And said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today?
And the prophets prophesied, to Elisha, the Lord's going to take away your master. Elijah's going to get sent away. They prophesied. Elijah ain't tell them. The Lord been dealing with prophets, man, giving them the word before. Prophesy means to say before. What happened?
It says, and he said, yeah, I know it. Hold ye your peace.
He said, I knew it. So Elisha knew it as well. Go ahead.
And Elijah said unto him,
So he was a
Elisha.
prophet. Go ahead.
And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Jericho. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee.
He ain't leaving. Go ahead.
So they came to Jericho, and the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha
You got more prophets at Jericho. Go ahead.
and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today?
They had the same message. All the prophets speaking the same word. Go ahead.
And he answered, yeah, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray thee here, for the Lord hath sent me to Jordan. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they too went on.
So Elisha followed Elijah everywhere. You won't leave him. Go ahead.
Verse 7, and 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan.
You had a group of 50 prophets, man. All right? And they watching from the other side of Jordan, Elisha and Elijah. Go ahead.
Verse 8, and Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground.
So he took off his mantle. I believe the mantle was a coat. I could be wrong. Look that up real quick. Mantle. And so he had the River Jordan. This is a big river. It's not no little stream. Find out what that word mantle means real quick. I won't mistake it for the head wrap.
Yeah, it's like a
What did it say? Read it.
It says a loose, sleeveless cloak or shawl worn especially by women.
Okay, so it's a cloak. Cloak. Go ahead. But she ain't had no women's clothes on. Alright? He had a man's clothes. Right?
That's how they get the Superman cape.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
2 Kings 2 and 9, and it
So
came
look, so it say he took the mantle off, smoked the river, boom. Everything divided. That's spiritual power, man. That's spiritual power. Go ahead.
2 Kings 2 and 9, and it came to pass when they were going over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee.
So they going through the river, right? The water on each side. He said, what do you want me to do for you before I'm taken away? Elijah asked Elisha that. Read on.
And it says, and Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me.
I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. Let me have double of what this faith and the spiritual power that you had, let me have that as well. That's what you pray for. That's a hell of a thing to pray for. You got all people out here praying for money, hoes, cars, clothes. Alright? A man of the Lord gonna pray for more faith, more wisdom, understanding, knowledge, stability, right? You're gonna pray for concentration. If you ain't concentrating enough, you're gonna pray for integrity, just in case you're too easy to be tripped up and and fall on certain things that you're unsure about. You're gonna pray for patience, so that something that you're unsure about, you're gonna give it time for the Lord to reveal that to you. Because just because you don't get it doesn't mean that it ain't gonna be revealed to you eventually. You gotta pray for these things. Instead of everything materialistic that's gonna be wiped away with anything. Pray for the double spirit that Elisha had. You pray for the double spirit that some of the apostles exhibit, man. You're praying for things so that when the time shit hits the fan, you prepared and you got these things down. We got all the time in the world. Well, we got right now, all right, in the little bit of time that we have left to pray for these things. Pray for our families, pray for each other, anointing each other. Brothers should be anointing each other, all right? Because all of these things gonna come to pass, man. And we got the name of the Lord. There's no reason why once you wake up in the morning or upon your bed at sleep, throughout the day, while you walking to work, coming home, why you shouldn't be constantly meditating, praying, because your spirit is praying, your spirit is groaning. All right? But that's the spirit you gotta be in. Even in the midst of all of this extra BS, man. We shouldn't be all contained into WAP, all thrown off. The rest of the world is crazy over this. They can't understand WAP video and they lose their minds. We like, yeah, we've seen it coming a mile away. Yeah, and still we're going back to the scriptures. All right, our minds is completely somewhere else. That's why we made like a new creature. Go ahead, Al.
Second Kings.
He asked for a double portion. Go ahead.
2 Kings 2:10. And he said, "Thou hast